let's go ahead and go to Canada. We're going to talk with Christina, she, her, and has some thoughts on what sounds like Bible prophecy and stuff. So, hey, Christina, you're talking with SR and Seth Andrews. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. Pretty good. What you got for us?
Okay. Well, I was just calling because I do believe in some of the Bible prophecies. The colors that I see in the oceans now appear to me like it's turned into blood because it's already 50% dead. 35% of the life on the planet is already dead. There's not a single source of water that's not contaminated. I know that's only proof that it's humans that are poisoning the earth, not God. But still kind of sounds like it's lining up to me.
Okay. Is that good enough reason for you to say that God exists? Like if these particular things, you said, hey, look, the oceans look like they're turning to blood and stuff. If that were proven untrue to your satisfaction,
that only proves that some people like that those prophecies exist, and that also people are poisoning the earth. Not that they're related at all. I agree with that completely.
Okay.
But also,
okay. So
if we, yeah,
go ahead. Go ahead.
If we got a map of North America, even though you wouldn't be able to see it, we'd all know that there's a deep belt mark from east to west and a lighter belt mark from where I'm at in northern Alberta down to the southern Lonely Star. And in the last 7 days, 2/3 of the people that make up that belt, they prayed for Jesus to return immediately. They prayed that he'd come back and he'd put about 2/3 of humanity to the sword and burn them forever, then destroy the planet and build them a new planet to live on for 1,000 years. They
and what is that? Okay, like let's just so I have some problems with like whether or not these numbers are accurate and stuff, and whether these claims have, anything to kind of, back them up or anything. But let's just kind of assume so far that these things you're saying are right. You already said earlier that these predictions in the Bible versus the things that are happening don't really connect in that sense to get you to say like, yeah, because these are happening, I believe in God. Does that thing you just said about like all these people in North America praying to God, does that make you believe in God?
That just shows me. No, that doesn't make me believe in God. That just shows me that they are very much praying for Armageddon, that they have no problem with the destruction of the earth, that they are literally praying for it. And then when they say that they don't care about climate change, and then you look at what they spend their money on, it kind of proves the point that they are actually okay with the destruction of the planet. And then
I'd agree with you on that there are definitely many religious people the world over who are not interested in human life and are not interested in protecting the planet. I'll be honest, Christina, I'm struggling a little bit to figure out exactly what kind of the thrust is, but let me throw it over to Seth and see if he can help kind of figure this out for us. Seth,
I'm
what
not
are your thoughts?
connecting the dots either, and please forgive me. I'm hearing a lot of very broad and I don't believe remotely substantiated claims about the state of the planet, the state of our oceans, etc. I've heard no connection specifically to the prophecies of, I'm guessing, out of the Old Testament, which were fulfilled in the New and in the modern day. So forgive me, everything seems a little fragmented and disjointed. Could you perhaps give me a consolidated restatement of what you were the point you're trying to make?
There's a mark, a symbol that we use across the world. No matter what you do, if you buy or sell anything, it can be converted and the transaction will be able to be done in a dollar. We can't buy or sell anything in this world without it being done in a dollar.
Yeah, but hang on real quick. Just so that we have an understanding of why that's the case. That's because of international agreements that happened at a point in history when one of pretty much the only options to be that universal currency was the United States, right? Like we had just basically destroyed 2/3 of society at that time, right? Because we had a bunch of like world wars and things. So like, what does the United States being the international exchange currency have to do with God or Jesus or the Bible or anything? I'm still in the same boat as Seth, where I'm a little not sure about I see the points, but I have no idea what the connection between them is. So if you could help us with that, I think we would we could maybe get a little more clarity.
I see a lot of what I've seen with it comes to me in something that I can't really prove, because Allah is the one that keeps giving me dreams and visions and talking to me. So I don't want the prophecies in the Bible to come true. It's that he keeps showing me it's the men of God who are, destroying the earth and sucking the
Did you
soul out of
say
humanity.
Allah
Whether or not
is?
God's real or not.
Did
Yes,
you say Allah is speaking to
but
you?
no. Yes, Allah speaks to me in my dreams, and I've had actual visions where I was hallucinating and seeing him. Looked
But
up into his eyes and spoke to him.
But you're reading the prophecies in the Bible. Why don't you read the prophecies in the Quran? There's a lot of Islamic
I was a,
predictions and stuff that I have heard from very supposedly scholarly, Dawa people that they've come true. So why don't you go to those? Do you just disagree and say that those
because
aren't coming true?
I'm not Islamic. I'm
Okay.
not a follower of Muhammad. When the reason I found Allah was because I was studying the Bible, the words started to jump out at me and turn to. Anyway, I doesn't matter. I can't prove any of that. So then, when Allah started speaking to me, I did actually try to pick up the Quran to read it, but touching it made me puke, and I couldn't get through it. And the visions that I've had since then from it has made it pretty. Did you watch the FIFA Cup?
No,
I did.
I didn't see that.
I watched.
Yeah.
I
Don't
watched
Look
the
Up.
FIFA Cup from inside of a dungeon.
Oh, FIFA Cup. You're talking about soccer. Yeah.
Yes,
I watched like
that
every
soccer cup.
World Cup. Yeah.
I watched
I
that
just
one from inside of a dungeon because the pain of watching them play a game and celebrate in a temple built on a mountain of corpses of the slaves, that hurt more than the whip did. So like, no, I don't follow Islam. I follow just the law.
right.
I'm not convinced. If I may, I'm not convinced that this conversation is going in a productive direction. There may be some. I have concerns that what is being said, much of what is being said, is not tethered to the real world, and I can't speak to the situation that you are coming from. But right now, this to us sounds like a word salad of nonsense. There's nothing we can do with it. There's no single road we could follow. There's no destination we're going toward. So I, in my own mind, if I may, as a subjective co-host, I am not convinced that this particular exchange is going to take us anywhere productive. On your end, I have concerns that there may be some difficulties tethering to, the world that we live in, instead of perhaps the world that is happening in your imagination, the visions, the dreams, hallucinations, using your own words. These are red flags. These are flashing red lights that tell me that there may be some other issues that need to be addressed. But I certainly do wish you the best.